One of these days I'm going to get a tripod. Up until then, I'm just going to use a 5-gallon pail of GL5 and a small nickel cadmium or lithium battery. What am I doing? I don't know. What am I doing? Well, one thing some people may know about me is I'm a pack rat or a hoarder. I never throw anything away. But that could have good consequences because what I've got here is trailer hitches that are removed from cars 30 years ago. Never threw them away. Just some drawbars that were made at a trailer hitch shop, a mom and pop shop. Why have I got this setup, this weird setup on the Corvair, you may ask. This is a tool that I'm using. This is a tool. This is a brand new ball, Kurt, made in China. This is the drawbar for the BMW that I'm going to replicate because I don't like this one. And I already got this bend. The one that I used here was actually bent more than this angle, so I flattened it slightly. That was easy, just removing a few degrees. But I've got to make this bend, which is 120 degrees approximately. And I'm going to heat it up right there. So I put this drawbar under the Corvair wheel with a strap across it to distribute the weight. And I lifted it up slightly to get it off the concrete so it won't blow up my concrete. And I lifted it up, and the craziest thing was when I lifted it, the tire just flexed and the suspension flexed. I had it under the front wheel, so that didn't work, so I put it under the back wheel where the motor is. Like an elephant, the trunk's in the front and the motor's in the back. So it still wasn't strong enough because it still pivoted and bent the wheel. So I attached another piece of steel that you can't see that extends a couple of feet under the car to stop the lever effect from allowing me to lift the bar up and bend the tire and the suspension. So the funny thing is now that I've got this long setup here is I can lift the car up off the ground. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it with this water bottle here, but check this out. Whee! Yep, the lever effect. So what I'm going to do now is, I've got my sample trailer hitch here. I'm going to heat this up red stinking hot. And I'm not going to stand with my butt to the camera. Take off my reading glasses because everybody gets old. I first noticed that when I was watching TV. I don't watch TV anymore. I haven't for almost 20 years. 30 years. Take that back. 30 years. 1988. I turned it off just as the San Francisco Embarcadero, is that what they call it? Collapsed. And that was the best thing I ever did. If I watch 5 hours of TV a year, it's too much. So crank this baby up. Up red hot. It takes a few minutes. So sit back in your most comfortable easy chair and get a bag of greasy, salty popcorn and drink some high-calorie soda. I heard a guy on the radio today, he was talking about obesity. And if you take an extra bite of your chocolate bar, which may be an extra couple hundred calories, what do you say? It was 12 blocks or 20 blocks to work off those extra few calories from taking the extra bite of that candy bars, my dad used to call them. I used to eat all that crap, pizza, candy bar, ice cream. I was never a big fan of soda. But now I eat fruits and vegetables, plant-based diet. I eat birdseed and carrots and apples and pears. And who knows what will kill me, but it definitely won't be my diet. I just went to the doctor and my blood pressure was on the low end of the scale, which is just fine. And my cholesterol was at the bottom of the scale. My vitamin D was at the bottom of the scale. So I'm taking a vitamin D supplement because I don't eat a lot of different foods that might balance my diet better. So multivitamin, calcium supplement, vitamin D, magnesium, zinc. But I feel all right. I guess if I was obese and eating a crappy diet and I went to a good diet, I'd feel better. But I don't know. I don't feel that great. You are what you eat. Don't eat junk food. We're just surrounded by it with colorful, gleaming ads for Mountain Dew. Tony the Tiger. It's great. No, it's not. It's garbage. Pure sugar, pure white bread converts to sugar. Too many meats, too many sugars, too many salty snacks. Am I keeping you occupied while I heat this baby up? Hope I don't blow the tire up. I watched a video once on how people that heat the lug nuts up when they're rusty and the tire pressure expands and the tire blows up and takes their head off. Pretty interesting video to watch someone's head get blown off. Look at that. Only problem is, hubcap's in the way. Now what? Take off the hubcap? I guess so, huh? So I have a plan for this car. I kind of sort of half went to Colorado. Actually, New Mexico, rather. Oop, butt shot. I went to New Mexico to get this thing because I had a guy that wanted to buy it. And he had no obligation to buy it. Luckily for him, because unluckily for me, he came and looked at it. Uh-oh, now the rim's in the way. He came here and looked at it and said, ah, nice car, thanks, bye. So I dropped the price and he said, thanks, bye. So I'm not going to sell it for less than I paid for it. That's all the effort to go and get it. So I had an idea. That's almost bent far enough. How do you like that? I had an idea. Remember that Corvair that Billy got from the junkyard? That Corvair Lakewood station wagon, 1961? I said, Billy! No more bumpers. Emergency brake works. I said, Billy, how about if you, if I roll this thing, that ball is going to hit the wheel well. Oh boy, the best laid plans. I said, Billy, how about if you sold me that Lakewood with a 4-speed transmission, manual shift, 1, 2, 3, 4, like a farmer in the field. He doesn't like stick shifts. He says, you put it in drive and you go. Why would you want to shift gears? He does have a point. If you're in traffic, he does not live in a trafficy area. He lives on a couple of acres. Not in the woods, but well, he lives in the woods. I guess you could say he lives in the woods. Anyways, he doesn't like, whoa, that came real close to the door. He doesn't like stick shift. And that wagon is an automatic, and so is this. But I made him a proposal. I said, Billy! How about if you get that wagon running? The motor does turn, but who knows when the last time it was run. Oh, look at that. You would not believe how close that is. I can't believe how close this is. And I ran out of room to bend it. I would have parked the wheel, the piece on the wheel. I said, Billy! How about you convert that wagon to a slick shift and clear coat it and sell it to me for full price. Oh, come on. This thing's rotating on the battery. And sell it to me for full price. And then I thought about it. I said, why should I give him any money? He doesn't need any money. I don't have any money because of this bloody divorce business. The ex still hasn't given me any money. Gotta bend it a few more degrees. Not much. Here we go again. This over here, and this on top of it. And remember not to put my hand on anything because the freaking thing I just heated up is burning hot. Burning hot. Yep. Now roll it. I don't know if you can see that. How wide is the lens? Whoops, you can't see what I'm doing. That's not good. The whole idea of YouTube is to see what people are doing. Okay. So I thought maybe I'd trade him this 4-door. It's got a bunch of 4-doors. Maybe he has less wagons. Oh, this thing is heavy when you're rolling it uphill. Whoop! Too far. Oh, crap. Oh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Crap. Oh, I just melted my shoe. Come on. Okay, this is funny in itself. So I thought that maybe he'd be interested to trade me this 4-door, which runs and drives, for his wagon, which has beautiful patina. He said, I'm going to paint it black with a turquoise interior. Hey, don't paint it. Oh no, it needs a paint job. Whoop, no, 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 stop. How did I do this before? Oh, come on. This hip chick just took off with the car. We got no bathroom facilities here. It's a pain. You guys have a definite advantage when it comes to bathrooms. You just go, oh come on. You just go wherever. fire hydrant is. Women can do that, but I don't blame them for not wanting to get a mosquito bite on their butt. Gotta be a better way to do this. I did it 2 or 3 times and I got it right every single time. Getting too old to do this crap. Well, I needed somebody else on the emergency brake. Whoop! Right there. No, stop! No, come back! No, no! Come back! Come back! Come back! Ah! 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 I'm gonna fart. Excuse me. Oh boy. Something else has crossed my mind, YouTubers. Some people's videos go viral. I just watched a guy, farm project or something. The video's been up for 1 day and he's got 50 or 75,000 hits. Son of a gun. I don't get that. I get some action in my videos, but not 50 or 75,000 hits. At least not for a few months or a few years. Oh, getting too tired of this. I'll just jack it up. How about that? Okay, I got a better idea. I know you're enjoying watching me roll this thing back and forth. I gotta put a wheel chock there. Stop this. I'll put a piece of 2x4. Oh, because I'm getting too old for this. Of course, I can't throw the piece of wood underneath it. I'll hold the car from rolling too far. Well, okay. Yeah, I'm dying. Listening to Amy Goodman on the radio in my other ear. Okay, don't go away. I'm going to put the emergency brake on. It works. Isn't it crazy how some guys make these videos? They're obviously better than mine, but I get 500 hits and they get 50,000. So now, I gotta get a tripod. I keep saying that. What do we got here? Okay. Amazing what a crappy piece of wood could do. I'm going to heat this baby up. Put on my goggles. I'm going to heat it up again. Got my water bottle nearby. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot one thing. Forgot 2 things. One, I've got to put this thing in place. The other thing is, how do I know how far to go with my bend? Back there. Put this in place. By now my red hot bending area is cooled off to nothing. Necessity is the mother of invention. Even though I can't work at my other shop anymore, thanks to the X. I gotta move everything over here. It's a pain, but I wouldn't have had a place to bend this anyways. Maybe a hydraulic hoist would have worked. I could have lowered the car on the hoist. Oh yeah, there's one more thing now. I gotta put this underneath so I don't heat up the steel, the concrete floor rather, by putting this piece of steel underneath. There. You can move the piece of wood so you can get a better view. Yep. Okay. Okay. Now, how far do I bend this? Because it's got to be right on the money. And it's kind of in the way. There. Now I can see by moving that piece of steel that holds it off the ground. You see how far to bend this. Gotta lift it up more than that. Needs to be higher than that. So I got another piece of scrap steel here. Look how easy that goes up. Leverage. I watch Mercedes source videos. These are good, but he disables comments. So you can't say a thing, you can't babble about your Mercedes with 437,000 miles. No talking on his videos. He does the talking, You do the listening, no commentary. Just gonna bend that a few more degrees. I'll just do it by eye. Because, too complicated. You saw how hard it was to put it back up on the ramp. My crappy ramp. Crank her up! Whee! Heat it up. Heat it up, nice and hot. I used to watch Garrison Keillor a lot. I went to his shows at Times Square, New York City. Garrison Keillor, Prairie Home Companion. We missed him. I listened to him on the radio, the Writer's Almanac. But I miss him. The new guy they have on, Chris Healy, if that's his name, he's nothing special. His voice is too high, he's too excited. He just doesn't have the Garrison Keillor sound. And I listened to it for a few minutes and I turned it off. Because I like Garrison Keillor. He was the Prairie Home Companion. Not anymore. Good things only last so long. Whee! Heat it up, nice and hot. Oxygen and acetylene. Mix them together, make sparks. You can get it nice and hot. Did this the wrong way. I got my bar on the wrong way. Heated it up nice and hot, and it's not going to work because I put the bar on backwards. Oh, bother! Gotta go this way. Get a few more degrees of swing. It's tough, huh? Being an amateur without proper equipment. Watch what you eat. Quit smoking. Whatever you put in your mouth ends up in your body. Oh, now I gotta heat it up again. What do you think, Billy? Can you trade me your wagon for my Monza? Can you get that thing running? I don't know what it needs. Another motor? Maybe it needs rings and a valve job, or bearings, or maybe there's sludge in the oil pan. I don't know. I wouldn't mind having a manual shift, 4-speed transmission. Bucket seats never came with a console. Workers never had a console. Not bending yet. There she goes. Whee! What do you think? The angle right? What a racket. What do you think? That looks pretty darn close. Yep. Can't get it underneath because it's got the bracket that goes around the spare tire. I'd say I'm pretty darn close. That's it. Now I can release the emergency brake. I'll just leave you here for a second. Pivoting on my battery. Is that turning? Nope. Which way is it going to roll? Whee! There it goes. Oh, got the piece of wood there and the nice hubcap. There she goes. Whee! All right. Now, I can check the angle of the dangle. And don't touch it because it's burning hot. When I say burning hot, look at that. That's freaking right on the money. You don't need no stinking drawings. Right on the money. 19 minutes. The longer my videos, more hits they get. Look at that. I can't run it backwards because I got that bracket there that goes around the spare tire well, but actually that's right on the money. Yep. My holes in my bumper are already made. Taking this off took 10 minutes. 2 bolts there, 4 bolts there. Look at that. I know you can't see it because you're only one-dimensional. What I'm going to do here is, the original ball was here, the bumper was right there. I'm going to cut mine right there, and I'm going to weld a square tube on it underneath. And of course I'll triangulate it and reinforce it. That way I can have a receiver hitch. So even though the BMW doesn't really need a trailer hitch, I want to tow something, I can. Gives me my options. Alrighty, well, that was fun, wasn't it? Now I got to bend up some more little pieces. I got to bend up this piece for the spare tire, this bracket over here, and we'll get her done. Got to get this thing fixed, drive that thing. Everything's all here, sleeping for the winter. The Grand Prix. Some guy's got a 65 Catalina on eBay for $70,000. 389 4-barrel converted to a tri-power. He says it has factory rally gauges. I said, no, it doesn't. He said, yes, it does, just above the radio. I said, no, it doesn't. I said, I've got engine temperature and oil pressure, and my speedometer gauges, the speedometer numbers rather, are narrower right there because they make room for a gauge that the normal car doesn't have. The turn signal goes all the way to the end. So I pointed it out to him. I've got a fuel gauge here, a battery gauge, an engine temperature, and oil pressure. And a tack without a red line. His had a red line. He said they started that in late '65. Maybe he's got it right, but 70,000 bucks. Nah, I don't think so. This Grand Prix is nice enough. I would have liked to have bought that car if it wasn't rusty before it was restored. He says, we'll go into a private collection, trailered, never see the light of day again, probably. What a shame. At least Jay Leno drives his. Alrighty, want me to crank this baby up? Sure. Pump her up. Got no chokes on it because they're stuck full of mud. Make sure it's in neutral. And turn the key on, let the glow plugs warm up. 1001. Oh, sorry, I thought it was a diesel blazer. Crank her up! What did I do wrong? Come on, baby! Poof! These are mine. Just has no chokes. So needs more fuel or less air. And I can't do that because my arms are long, but they're not that long. Crank her up! Yeah, so much for that. Alrighty. Turn that off. And, uh-oh, that's a wheel chuck. Yikes. I gotta set up this place to work with shelves and things. I got some good lumber. Okay, now it smells of fumes. It actually runs pretty well for an old Corvair. Leaks less oil than the BMW. I ordered the parts today. I ordered 1 spark plug instead of 12. Oops, my bad. I'm gonna fix it this week when the parts come in. Thank you for watching.